Hey, what's going on? Prince, Beast Mode Detailing, Grind Time TV, where we talk about different strategies on how to get you more money in your auto detailing business. All right, today we're going to talk about how to fight the good fight of pollen. All right, I know pollen is such a big issue in certain areas, especially I know guys that's like on the West Coast, guys that's in the real deep South, but I think pollen is a problem everywhere. And so what happens is it tends to slow you down from time to time. But the number, when it comes down to the number game, when it comes down to detailing numbers game, less is more, in my opinion. All right, so and this is what I'm saying. I'd rather charge, okay, some people are like this. Let me do 30 cars for like $10 each, right? And you make like, what, $300, right? Versus my method, I'm saying like, I'm doing one car for $300, right? If I can land about 2 or 3 in a week, I'll be out. All right, so the pollen removing package. If you don't have one, you need to get one. And if you need one, go to my website. There should be a link down below where you can copy mine, or I'll send it to you, whichever one. While you're there, subscribe to my newsletter. All right, so I'm gonna be sending out a newsletter, similar like a magazine, right? But it's different tips and different things that you can get that most detailers don't know, because this is out of my own personal experience. All right, that's the thing. Like when they say like, yo, AI can do this and AI can do that and AI can la la la, but see, AI ain't you. AI ain't you. AI can write you a book, but it's not from your own personal experience and who you are. And that's what I give to you, good brother. So look, the pollen removal package. All right. Number 2, break down exactly what you're doing to the vehicle so the customer can comprehend why they're giving you $300 or more. Depends on the type of vehicle. $300, I think, is where it starts at. I think that's a good price. $300 is a good start. It's a good start. Right? So in this joint, I'm going to break down each one, but as much as I can with the little time that I have. When you're explaining the pollen removing package, you got to be meticulous. All right. One thing, I'm just going to go through this real quick, then I'm going to come back to it. Your vents, right? That's one place they're going to be looking at. In between the seats, they're going to look at that. The pockets, the little small spaces. The air intake, the engine, the trunk, the plastics. And where I'm at is like, you gotta be able to capitalize on the protection, not just the clean. Capitalize on the protection. I know a lot of guys, and that's because they haven't been trained anywhere. They're just throwing the money away. Bro, look, you know what, before I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me just keep going, all right? Plastics and protections. When it comes to protection, for an example, the dashboard, it should be cleaned first, protected second. That's how it goes. All right, but when you're doing the protection, the pollen protection plan, you have to be able to explain each step, because down here I got you need to commercialize the major parts of the detail. In other words, if the dashboard is a major part of the detail, that's the part you advertise with. All right. So in other words, I'm like this. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm going to clean it with the green stuff. All right, this is green everything. You can order this from my website. And I know a lot of veteran detailers say, man, I done tried the green, I done tried, look, bro, your stuff, like, bro, your stuff is, you see how green this is? Your stuff is watered down, all right? Unless you're buying directly from the factory, bro, your stuff watered down, all right? Because this joint here, 50-50, bro, right? You can almost do 10-1 on this bad boy, right? This is some super powerful stuff. It's like taking a street sweeper to a knife fight, bro. I will tear it up. This stuff here. All right, so I'm explaining this to the customer, right? That I'm going to hit it with the green everything. Green everything, what it does, not only does it clean, it also kills viruses. It kills germs, it cleans, and that's what we hit it with step 1. Then you got step 2, right? Which you got some kind of plastic protection or leather protection. This is my leather shield. Right here. You can get this from my website too. Anybody this is what I'm saying, like, you gotta try this stuff out. Any detail that you do, and they got leather seats, when you leave that vehicle, it should be smelling like leather. And that's what this is. This is a protection. All right? It protects from UV rays and the sun and aliens and all that stuff, right? So get that and put that to the side. All right? So and that's how you do it. Now this next step is called freak the detail. Okay? If you're gonna do the windows, you gotta freak the detail, right? Like a lot of people don't even know how to do a full detail on your windows. All right, there's go out there right now, everything you need. All right, check this out. When the customers see you do this to their windows, or you commercialize this step right here, right? How to make your windows really, really, really like super clear, right? I'm not gonna go through how, but I'm gonna tell you everything that you need in order to get it done, all right? You're gonna need a razor blade, the razor blade with the little stick at the end, right? And you can put that joint on the front windshield. Don't worry about scratching it because that's plastic, that's not glass, it's plastic. So you ain't gotta worry about scratching it. The next thing is you're gonna need a Brillo. That Brillo is gonna get any kind of thing that you may not see. It's gonna dig into it, for real. You need a window cleaner. Any kind of window cleaner pretty much will work. Microfiber towels, clay, an aggressive clay, to be honest with you. Aggressive clay, some wax, and an orbital buffer. All right, a little small orbital buffer where you can just go inside of it, like really, really, real small places like that. But you gotta be able to prove this $300 detail. All right, and each step is meticulous like this. They have no problem giving you that money. Right? All right, so now, you're gonna need a neutralizer, air neutralizer, to kill any kind of smell that's in there, right? I got these bombs for sale right now. And the way the bomb works, you simply just add water, put it in the back seat, and walk away. That's it, bro. Walk away for about 30 minutes, right? Let it circulate inside of the vehicle, then open up the windows, let it go out. I'm telling you, anything in there should be eradicated. All right? I'm gonna go ahead and do this bomb right in front of you. So, cash at me, Prince Todd 77. All right, let me show you how to work this joint. Again, this is the Older Doctor by Rennie Doyle, the Black Line collection. All right, check this out. Inside of your pack, your bomb, it comes with 2 tablets. And you want to take regular water and just fill it up to the line, which I've already done, if you can see it. Let me see, right there, right? And then you just place the tablets inside of it. All right, and so this is what happens. Okay, it start bubbling. You see it? All right, start bubbling, and at this point, you'll start smelling the actual chemical reaction. So at this point, you want to put it in the car, make sure the car is running, and the air is circulating in there, and make sure your pets are not in there, and neither should you be, because this will kill you as well. So check this out. As you can see, it's still blowing. This is what. All right, so I placed it in the back seat, in the back area, so it can circulate good throughout the whole entire car. All right, that stuff is so strong. So once you have the car running, you want to let it run for 45 minutes with the vents just blowing and the air and the windows up. All right, so this is gonna help circulate even throughout the trunk, right? You'll see that. And 45 minutes is what I do. I think the actual can say you can leave it in there for like 20 minutes, but I like to do double time because I'm excellent in what I do. Prince, Be Smooth Detail. Alright, so I'm done with the car. So again, you want it to run for about 45 minutes and do your best to resist from sticking your head in there, seeing how it smells, because it will choke you. And make sure you use a mask while using this product. Alright, the bomb. And then roll down the windows before you get inside. Roll down the windows and then take the key out and let it sit for a minimum of 25 minutes. Alright? Me, I'm gonna let it sit overnight. You don't want nobody getting in their car and die the next day because the detailer actually killed it. Like, dropped the bomb in the eye. Anyway. What else you got? Yo, if you need your car detailed, your wash and wax. All right, now that's up to you. Whatever steps you choose to do with the wash and wax, but you gotta put wax on that car. If you plan on protecting it from pollen, you gotta put some wax on it. All right, where I'm at, where I freak the detail at, is when you're finished with the wax and you with your final touch. And you're trying, you're just getting the little blemishes out, you're hitting this, you're hitting that spot. After that, usually that's the final touch, that's it. Usually the detail is done, but that's not where I stop at, right? The next thing I do is I pull out my wool pad and I pull out my buffer and I do a slow orbital buff across the entire car and windows. Thing about polishing with wool pad, you want to take your time and actually work that wax inside of it. And while I'm doing that, what I like to do is in between here, I'm going to go ahead and clean that stuff out. Alright, so it may look like you're not doing anything, but when you step back, you're going to be like, glory to God. This joint look like I painted it, bro. I'm serious. All right, look, that's enough for right now. I'm gonna go into this next section. This is what I'm really like. This is what I'm really into. We also during pollen season, because it does get slow. But how about if you add another service or business to your business without any effort? Well, very little effort. No money, but very little effort. All right. So this year, more than likely, you're gonna start getting calls, or someone's gonna ask you while you're on the detail, yo, where can I get some tint from? Right? Do you know anyone? Do you do tint? You know what I'm saying? And so what I've started doing, I say, yes, I do tint. I used to do tint back in the day, not me personally, but I had a guy who was working with me, tinting in my shop. And a lot of stuff I learned from him, right? And here's what I learned, all right? You want to do this as a mobile auto detailing business. This is what you want to do. You want to call the tint people. Go ahead and make a deal right now. Go ahead and make a deal with them now. If you can get a certain percentage off of the clientele that you present to them, that's cool. I take booking fees. That's what I do. So whatever their price is, so let's say they charge $175, I'm adding my booking fee, which is $50, so it's coming out to be $225. All right, for me to book my clientele with him. So he makes all his money, I just make $50, but it's okay with me. I ain't have to do anything. All right, so the only problem where I messed up at last year was I was only dealing with one guy. That's where I messed up at. This year, I'm calling all the tint people. I'm making deals with every last one of them, all right? Because I don't want my clientele to go to my man's spot and like, this is what happens. Because in the summertime, in the wintertime, the tint people, they're very humble. They be like, yes, sir. Anytime, sir. Yes, sir. In the summertime, oh, you ain't this, bro. I'm balling. I'm good. Because they killing it right now. You know what I'm saying? They getting a whole bunch of work. I try to stay away from those arrogant guys. You know, sometimes in the summertime, I get the same way too. I be like, I ain't washing your car. What's wrong with you? But anyway, you got to stay away from those arrogant tinters. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from them. And like I said, call all of them. Make a deal with all of them. All of them should say yes. I mean, if you set it up like this, if you set it up where either you get a percentage out of what they charge, right? Because what you don't want is your customer getting there and be like, oh, he charged me $225 when up here it says $175, right? And then my man got to explain what's going on. And so, but on the website, I didn't mention this, but I have a window tinting website. If you want one, let me know. All right, and all you gotta do is keep the link. I can get it to you for like, $100, $99, right? Easter Sunday, $99 special. All right, now I don't know how long it's gonna be. All right, but I'll put a link below so you can look at it. And basically, it's just a breakdown of the window tint. That's all. It's just book online. That's all it is. All right. And so when they book, they automatically pay. You automatically get your money. Tell my man that, and also, just to let you know, sometimes the customer will pay full price for it before they even get there. So in that case, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull out the guy who has been helping me the whole time. You know, when I call, he pick up. That's who I'm sending it to. Right? As soon as the customer pay, I'm paying him. Boom, 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 just like that. Right? And what that's going to do, it's going to make him, when I call, it's going to make him be sure to get my clientele out the way. And that's how we're going to make some more money this pollen season. All right? What else I got up there? Oh, yeah. So I'm going to Google all the window tinters in my city, within my vicinity. All right, and I'm gonna set up a deal with them. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure I get their addresses. All right, because you wanna know where to send these people, which one is the closest one to you, right? Based upon their location. Like you take it real serious. They're paying you $50 to go ahead and set up this appointment. Boom, go ahead and get it. Another thing I offer is, I'll throw another 100 in that joint, is pickup and delivery. I pick the joint up because usually a tint, usually you can get it back the same day, but it's not something you should do. You should be picking up if someone is tinting your entire car, you should pick it up the next day because it takes time for the tint to cure and, you know, any kind of like mistakes and whatnot, right? If you can get in good with the tint guys at like the major dealerships, bro, they'll work crazy deals for you. Like you go to like, I don't want to say, you go to any kind of major dealership where they do the tint, go in there and just talk to them. Who got deals? I got deals, bro. That's all it is. Just go in there and talk to them, bro. You got to be that kind of guy. All right. Where? Oh yeah. So the mobile tinters, right? I put a question mark beside it because I had a bad experience with a mobile tint guy. And, you know, the other thing about those mobile tint guys is that, man, they can disappear. You know what I'm saying? They be like Batman, like, poof, just gone. Where he go? He's just gone, man. And so I try to stay away from them. So I suggest you do the same. So unless you know the dude and you absolutely know that he does a good job, man, stay away from them. The guys who's at the brick and mortar, it's not likely that they can disappear after they get paid. You know what I'm saying? I had this one guy, God bless his soul, he's a good guy, you know, love him. Doing good now, from what I can see. And I hired him to do this mobile tint job. And man, it was hot out there. It was hot. And I was in the house in the air conditioning. I was like, I would hate to be out there today. It was like 190. He was out there, dude. He told me, he called me. He called me. He said, man, I had an emergency. I said, what? I said, what? He said, man, I had an emergency, man, I gotta go. I said, okay, you gonna come back? He said, yeah, I'm gonna come back. I ain't heard from him since, B. Poof. I see him on Facebook. He don't say nothing. He don't say like, you know, like you hit like, boom, I like your picture. He don't say nothing to me, bro. He like, I ain't talking to you, man. I ain't talking. It wasn't my fault. You could have scheduled any day. I don't know why you went out there on the hottest day in the summer. But anyway, yeah, stay away from those mobile tent guys, man. Yeah, so that's going to add more money into your pocket, man. Like I said, I got a newsletter that's coming out. Sign up for it, man. It's just different tips for like auto. If you're really into auto detailing, like I am, you know what I'm saying? It's going to give you different tips, little things that I can break down real quick. Like I got this one joint with like you cats, and it's free, man. It's free right now. It's free. In a little bit, I'm gonna start charging 99 cents. For real. I got to get it, bro. I got to get it. But anyway, I'm gonna break down different things. The first one I believe is I'm talking about Ubering, right? Not doing Uber, but detailing using Uber. I had a strategy I did like 2-3, I don't know, it must have been like 2018 I did this stuff. Where I used the Uber to go detail cars. I was going like, choo, choo, choo. It was so fun, bro. I don't know, and I only did it for fun. I made a profit. I made like $400 that day. I made a profit. I could have made, I think it was like 7 and some change. Is what the gross of it from that day. It was 7 and some change, but I had stuff already lined up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm doing. I'm breaking it down, and you can pretty much go from there. All right. So I hope I said something to bless you. My time is up. Till next time, Grind Time Prince, Be Smoke Detail.